In the air to right, and he did it again!
Welcome back to No Lefties 2 broadcast. And again, we are here in rookie mode. As you guys can see, the name is Lefties. Now, again, in Facebook, you can't actually put a number in your name. Stupid. Maybe I should have typed in TOO. Either way, couple things we're going to do before we play any games. I know some of you, this might be a little redundant, but we're trying to bring in new people. Now, first and foremost, let's take a quick look-see. We indeed have connected our Facebook. So let's go ahead and get the 50 gems. And if you do guys see in the Facebook groups, Lefties TOO, hey, that's me. Welcome to the show. All right, so let's go open some daily chests. That is something we will definitely do. You gotta get the gold. Not a lot of in these level ones. It's been a long time. All right, like I said before, the things we have to actually start doing before we can even play a game. Most of us don't do this, but again, we're thinking about people that don't know jack shit about baseball. So what's going to happen? We're going to go through each of these. Don't worry, not all at one time. That would be, one, a waste of our lives, especially mine. But I'm going to do it, make a video on all of these little gameplays. So again, if you already know about baseball and the rules, I understand. You don't need to watch. But Miniclip doesn't really know the baseball and the rules, and I'm going to torture anything. I'm going to rip apart anything that they say that is not exactly entirely accurate. I'm going to show you a little bit of examples. So cut back and forth. So this video is going to probably be the longest collection of projects that I'm going to do with back and forth editing, some cutting and pasting, and all of that kind of stuff, as well as rip, people that really don't know baseball exactly and how they describe it. So it's going to be kind of funny, in my opinion. At least I'll watch it. But if you don't know anything about baseball, this is a kind of a good introduction if you don't. If you need some help. All right, so baseball rules and tips. So again, we're not going through the whole entire section. It's just not going to do it, right? We're going to go, right? So we're going to go pretty much. This first video will be discussing like the name of the field, what makes a baseball field, batters, catcher's box, pitcher's mound, and that's it, right? Then part 2, you'll see what are baseball positions called, right? That's going to be a fun one. And then we're going to go into how to score points. And if you know, you know. They already got something wrong there. That's going to be a funny one. That's part 3. All right. And then part 4 is some of these helpful lingo. All right. And just stay tuned for the infield home run because that shit's wrong. Anyways, again, there'll be some kind of cut back and forth to kind of give you some actual examples. And I think, for someone that's played baseball my whole entire life, I kind of forget sometimes explaining the basics is actually quite helpful for some people. Because again, baseball is a world sport, but honestly, not everyone in the world even knows what it is. I live in Indonesia, and I play baseball on the weekends, and every weekend there's a family that walks around the park looking at what the heck are these Indonesians / American guy doing with this leather glove on their hand and a little ball. It's very interesting to see people see something for the first time. All right, so Miniclip spent a lot of time doing this. Let's see what they have to say. All right, announcer voice. Excuse me. All right, Baseball Clash brings baseball to a bucket-sized experience for everyone. Whether you're a seasoned fan of the game or just getting into it, what our friends in the United States call the national pastime. It is always good to freshen up your knowledge and lingo. You want to jump into Baseball Clash, we recommend reading How to Start Guide. If not, let's start with the basics. All right, what's the name of a baseball field? All right, there's a lot of names for baseball field. So, as we see, you saw the picture of a baseball field. You see it? But the names, different things we can call in the English vernacular. I'm going to the ball field. People don't use the phrase Sandlot anymore, but if you want to go watch a great movie that's 30 years old, The Sandlot. Great movie. The baseball diamond. People can refer to it that way. You guessed it, in diamond shape. Now, if you want to get really specific here, mini clip, it's not the bases itself, right? The bases actually form a rhombus, which is close to a diamond, but not exact. So it's typically referred to as a baseball diamond. They had it, but you can't really guess it. But if you want to be specific, it is also referred to as a rhombus. Okay, so what makes up the baseball field? Great question. Great question. So if I was explaining, and again, I'm going to have a son, so therefore, I'm going to be actually explaining these things one day to him, hopefully, right? Hopefully he likes baseball. Brainwashing into him. What makes a baseball field? So baseball fields will find bases, baselines, a batter's box, catcher's box, and a pitcher's mound. All right, so what are these things? First and foremost, they say there are 4 bases. Incorrect, mini clip. You have first base, second base, and third base. Home base, it's not really a base. It's a plate, home plates. It's not a base, right? And they say that the base is loaded. You got first, second, and third. Those are loaded. Home plate, all right, is not a base. It's not. Fun fact. Players playing, batting, players playing, batting, starting, running, players playing, batting, start, running. Oh, man, that's a poorly edited sentence. When you're a batter, you start at home plates and must go through each base and back. Easier said than done. That's not easier said at all. That's really word scramble there. All right. Bases. Look at the pitcher. Okay. First base, second base, third base. Home plates. Okay? Next, look at the baselines. These are kind of important. Now, baselines are understood as imaginary straight lines between each adjacent base. Again, that's confusing because you're going to contradict yourself. They're not visible, although 2 of them overlap with foul lines. See, you can't say they are not visible and then contradict. So there are foul lines, which in baseball there are baselines as well. There's an inside line, and that foul line is typically the baseline as well, even though you're allowed to round it a little bit. These 2 should not be crossed by the ball at the risk of a foul ball. The risk of a foul ball. Yeah, again, the risk of a foul ball, it's like, you'll see that, okay? What is a foul ball? What is not a foul ball? Again, running from first base to second base, there are no baselines on the field. Second base to third base, no baselines on the field. So that's correct as well. All right, so what you see here is the first base path. Right, the line that goes straight through the bag, and then there's a line on the right. So in between, that's where the runner is able to run when they're running to first base and as they round first base. And next we have here, if you see the 2 arrows, those are the foul lines. Those lines, you want to be able to hit the ball inside of those so that your ball is fair. Check out the video clip of what a foul ball looks like. And no, you don't want to hit that. And here we go. Here's an example of a foul ball. Ball's hit. It's on the right side in right field of that foul line. Batters and catchers boxes. Okay, this is pretty simple. Batters and box-shaped lines where the batter waits for the pitch. Behind the batter is where the catcher crouches. Okay, so again, a batter's box essentially is where the batter has to stand, either if they're right or left-handed batter, and a catcher's box is the area where they're at as well. All right, pretty self-explanatory. Look at the pitcher. All right, as you can see here, the left and right batter's box with the catcher's box behind it. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. And a pitcher's mound, roughly located in the middle of a diamond. There is, and again, not the middle. It says roughly, so it's about 66.6 feet away from home plate, okay? That's where it's located, roughly. That's where the pitcher pitches, hence the pitcher's mound. You guys trying to teach something? All right. Anyways, you'll see the pitcher. All right. So this is what a pitcher's mound looks like from afar. And again, correction, 60.6 feet away from home plate. Part 1, right, of baseball rules and lingo. All right. So again, if you've already seen and understand baseball, these aren't for you. But share it to your friends that don't know anything about baseball. And I think it'll be pretty helpful. Little visuals, little understanding. And again, as always, thank you for watching another Lefties 2 broadcast.